This is the introduction to the SenseHub Reproduction module. Welcome to the SenseHub Academy on Farm Training. My name is Catherine Heffernan and I'm Customer and Technical Support Manager with MSD Animal Health Livestock Intelligence. Typically when an animal is in heat, the rumination drops, her eating changes and her activity spikes. That's what causes an animal to come into the animal in heat list. Firstly, I'm going to speak about animals in heat and the most relevant reproduction reports. So firstly, when you open the app, you press the animals in heat on your home screen. This then takes you to the list of animals that are in heat at this particular time. Firstly, we look at the heat index. So the heat index ranges from 50 to 100. The closer the animal is to 100, the higher the chance she's in heat. There are a number of factors that influence this heat index. Those which include rumination, eating, activity, and the status of this cow. So whether or not this cow has had a cycle already post-calving or not, and how many days it has been since she has had a previous heat. So all of this influences the heat index. So once I'm comfortable and happy that the heat index is close to 100, most of these heat indexes are going to be up in the 90s come breeding season. I then move to selecting the time of heat. If I press the coloured graphs here in the right hand corner of each heat, this takes me to the breeding window. The breeding window guides the end user the optimum time for AI. The top line is the sex semen window and the bottom line is the conventional semen window. As you can see here, we have a 30-hour window, hour 26 to hour -4. The black triangle within this breeding window is this specific cow's time for AI. This moves along as this cow's cycle moves. So as we can see here, there are 4 hours left for this animal, and this animal is optimum time for sex semen. The top window, we see the green, which is optimum time for sex semen, and on the bottom we see the green, which is optimum time for conventional semen. When applying collars on day 1, we sync our system with ICBF. This then pulls the animal's herd basic profile into SenseHub. The status of your cow within SenseHub is very important to ensure the accuracy of the system. Once an animal is inseminated, this can be recorded in your herd management app or on your inseminator's handheld. Once this is synced to ICBF, SenseHub calls out to ICBF twice a day, 12 midday and midnight, and this information then comes into SenseHub to mark the animal as inseminated. Next, I'm going to discuss the most relevant reports within SenseHub ahead of your breeding season. So firstly, we have the anestrus cows. I have it here on the home screen. So once I tap in here, I have 26 animals in here. The anestrus report is a report which identifies animals which haven't cycled. So once an animal is calved, 50 days thereafter she's calved, she will appear in this list if she hasn't cycled. If a cow has had a cycle already, it will be there after 30 days. As we see here in this list, there are a number of animals over that 50 days since their last heat. These are the cows which should be presented to your vet to be scanned and treated. Once the animal cycles again, she will leave this list, so you manually don't have to put anything in to manage this. If an animal has had a cycle at day 20, for example, it will be there after 30 days that she would appear in this list. The animals within this list should be presented to your vet in order to establish the best approach for these animals. This gives these animals the best chance of coming into the first round AI and getting back into the system as fast as possible. We recommend taking a look at this anestrus list throughout your breeding season to ensure that all animals are cycling. For example, this anestrus cow report has 26 cows. This 26 cows represents 10% of the overall herd. This is typical to have this number of animals in this report for a herd this size. Now we're going to take a look at the irregular heat report. It's not on my home screen here, but if you press the menu bar in the left-hand corner and we enter into reports, if you swipe left, you can add this as a favourite by pressing the star. Irregular heats, I don't have any regular heats in this specific example, but irregular heats are animals that have had 3 or more heats within 30 days. We recommend that you present these animals to your vet for treatment if they appear in here. Once the cycles settle down, these animals will then leave this list. Next, I'm going to talk about pregnancy probability. This is a nice report to look into once you are over 21 days into the breeding season. It shows you just how you're getting on. So if you press the menu bar in the left-hand corner and enter into reports, you can see pregnancy probability. When an animal is under 21 days inseminated, her probability will be low. When she's over 27 days, her probability will be medium. And any animal over 60 days inseminated will be high probability. But in order to get the list of animals that have already had cycles, on the desktop version you press the farmhouse, you press events, and within here this is all events that have happened in your SenseHub system. You press name, you can filter by name, and here we have all the animals that have had heats, the dates, and the actual heat index for each of these animals. If you wish to export them, you press more actions, print, export to CSV, and that will send it to an Excel sheet where you can add and edit accordingly.